Pull yourself together. And the glasses need to come off.
I
Okay.
need to see you blurry like.
You're all blurry like. That's how I like it. They call me the blur.
I don't like to see sharp edges. If you're too crisp, I'm uncomfortable.
I'm too pointy right now. I'm actually in the smallest little ball on the couch, so.
Well, it's reflective of how this year has been treating us.
I'm the luckiest girl in the world. I don't know what you're talking about.
Did you guys see that TikTok?
I refuse to see any negativity.
It's where
you cannot hit me with
that
it.
one girl was eating noodles in her car talking
Missing it.
about
Sorry.
being the luckiest girl alive. We've been trying it.
Yeah.
It works sometimes.
It works sometimes. I got 20% off or $20 off one of my orders the other day.
I'm getting massages. But other than
The
that.
sexual kind. But
No.
no.
Unfortunately. It's very.
But that's what we're trying. And if someone called me the luckiest girl in the world in the bedroom, I'd consider that dirty talk.
Yeah, that's fair. Because that's what we're talking about today with the one, the only, Dr. Tara, perhaps the love of our lives.
Correct.
God damn.
She is a dynamite.
Yes, she is.
Firecracker.
I am obsessed with Dr. Tara.
Dr. Tara breaks it the fuck down about how to talk dirty in the bedroom. She's got examples. She's
So many examples.
got more examples after her examples. And Cass and I try out a little bit of our own.
Okay, so
We were forced.
I would like to point out Emma was much braver than I was, and
But
you
worse.
will hear the hesitation in my voice throughout this episode. Just know I'm not perfect. I know you
I'm
look
not
at me
perfect.
and you're like, she's got it all
God.
together.
God
That girl
damn it.
fucks.
She fucks.
No, she has sex.
She has sex. And she's nervous and
Yeah.
scared to say things out loud.
So I didn't.
Well, because we very rarely get asked to perform
yeah.
beyond what we normally do on this podcast. So when someone tells us to do something like somewhat intimate, we get a little
Red?
nervous. Dr. Tara is just so fucking good at it.
I know.
It's you can't even compete. So like we just won't even
We
try.
just sound like I don't know.
I don't know.
Goats.
It's embarrassing, but you'll enjoy it, and you learn by doing.
Yeah. So we did the first step for you. Start saying dirty things, and here's a couple things to say.
Dun, da, da, da.
I am Dr. Tara, sex professor in LA. I am an associate professor at Cal State University Fullerton. I have a podcast that is a sexual exploration podcast called Love Bites by Dr. Tara. And I am a content creator on Instagram and TikTok. And I'd say I have a very lively, in your face style of teaching, educating, if you will. And I'm just really excited to be here. This is my second time. I guess that first time was good, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sure was.
So
Left
good, we
us
wanted
wanting.
more.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, every
That's what
time
they
we
said.
open TikTok and it's one of
Uh-huh.
your TikToks, it is just the boldest, like, let's suck dick.
Yeah.
And I love it.
I know, love that energy.
It's fun. I feel like it's different, right? I'm trying to like give something different.
Absolutely.
I mean,
You do
it's
it.
giving.
Mhm.
It's for sure
It's
giving.
giving.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's giving, but it is giving.
Well, kind of in theme with that, we want to talk dirty talk today. And we feel like you are the perfect person to give us some examples, some walkthroughs, and basically the how-to. So can we start with the basic, like what is dirty talking?
Yes. Dirty talk is a sexually explicit verbal communication during sex. Now, originally, academically, the term dirty talk was coined to understand the communication that people have that's non-PC, that happens typically when people are very sexually aroused and are really into the sexual interaction. But now people say dirty talk can happen also outside of the bedroom. You can do dirty talk like prior to, having sex with someone as like a teaser, like a foreplay. You can also just do dirty talk as a way to maintain passion in your relationship. But originally, dirty talk is sexually explicit verbal communication during sex aimed to enhance the sexual experience.
Mm-hmm. So that was one of my questions is, does it have to be during sex or can it be used as foreplay or Not even foreplay, just a way to like spice up your day over a text or something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, it's originally like communication during sex because, again, like historically, I don't think people were saying those things outside the bedroom.
Historically, really? They weren't.
But they do now. And I think with the sex positivity movement, and I love that you guys are, bringing up a lot of sex topics. With this sex positive movement, more people are feeling more comfortable using dirty talk outside the bedroom to their advantage, which I think it's beautiful. I love when my partners send me like dirty texts.
Yes, exactly.
Do you think anyone can dirty talk if they want to, even if you're a little awkward or a little shy?
Research shows people that are more sexually assertive tend to be better at dirty talk. However, my personal belief is everyone can do dirty talk.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone. I feel like I have a gut feeling that the most like shy, introverted person is just the best at dirty talk.
They're just holding it all in.
Right? So if you can get it out, it's probably the sickest, most nastiest, hottest thing.
Do you feel like it's a part of our brain, or is it something that we have to learn and we have to see and hear examples, or can we just keep digging in that creative corner?
Can you be like innately good at dirty talk?
At the dirty?
Innately, I love that. I was born really good at this.
Yeah, exactly.
I was so good at it at 5 years
potty
old.
mouth, right, coming out of the out of the womb.
I think it's both. I think it's nature and nurture. Naturally, there are people that are a little bit more sexually imaginative. Like, do you feel like you're pretty sexually imaginative? Or if I ask you to think about sex, you can't think of anything?
I'm pretty imaginative.
Yeah.
I'd say I have a
right?
few ideas.
I ask this to people all the time. Like my students in my class, I say, if I ask you to think about sex right now, can you think of just like the kinkiest, nastiest, dirtiest, probably things you don't want to say out loud things? Can you think about those things? Or nothing comes to mind at all? Because that's the example of whether or not you have, an imaginative sexual mind. And it's okay. Like if you don't have that, it's okay. It takes practice, right? It's like you're just really naturally good at tennis, or you do a lot of practice and you become good at tennis.
Right.
How do you practice that?
I literally
Not
just say it
tennis.
at home. Yeah,
Dirty
I just say
talk,
it at
not
home.
tennis, yeah.
And I think it comes with age, right? I don't think any like 18-year-old will be good at like dirty talk. Or maybe
that would
they
be
are.
a
I don't know,
force
maybe
to be
they-
reckoned with.
Watch
if they
porn
were.
since 10. They're just pro by like 18. I've seen this for 8 years. But I just think you get better over age and like the amount of dirty talk you get to do and you allow yourself to do during sexual encounters. I'm 34 and I've done like quite a lot. So I feel pretty comfortable. However, I am a dynamic dirty talker. So what that means is that I don't just do dirty talk out of my own pleasure. I adjust my dirty talk based on how comfortable my partner is with certain things that I say. So I'm a pro, girl. I'm dynamic, the dirty talker. So I know like there are certain things that are perhaps, will poke like insecurity of my current partner, or certain things he actually doesn't feel like it's a turn on, but something that I had learned with a previous partner that was a turn on but no longer with the current partner. So that's the dynamism of dirty talk. It's like it's not always a stable concept. It's not just like learn how to say one thing and you can say it to every sexual partner you have, because the person comes with a lot of life experiences and sometimes trauma, and you just don't know. Maybe you say certain things and they're like, oh my God, and they just break down crying. And then you go, what happened? Like, my ex really liked that. And, then you learn something else.
That would be a terrible thing to say in the bedroom, first of all.
My ex really liked that.
I'm sorry, my ex really liked it.
Loser.
That is.
I guess like my question would be, as a receiver, what has been some of the like hottest things people have said to you as a receiver? Because people think dirty talk like, oh, what can I say? What can I say? But like as a receiver, what has been like really hot?
I like being told what to do. So I think the
Ooh.
hottest thing that I've ever heard is being like given orders in a very
Mm.
believable, authentic way. Um, yeah, that was cool. That was really cool.
Yeah,
Mm.
I would agree with that.
Not even necessarily explicit, but just being like firm in what I
Mhm.
should be doing next.
Like, okay,
Like
you're doing
directive.
this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Takes
Which
the
is that
pressure
And
off.
is that still dirty talk if it's not like explicit?
yeah, we can actually talk about that because I think there is a misunderstanding, or what is it called? A myth that dirty
Yeah.
talk is something that's like super non-PC, derogatory, and intense. Um, Dirty is subjective, right? To, a 21-year-old Mormon who's like never, seen a naked person saying something like, get on your knees and suck my dick. That's like super intense, right?
I don't even personally enjoy it at the moment. And I've been around the block or
Mormon or a
two.
virgin. Like, that's super intense. Like for some people, that's intense. For me, that's not. That's like a regular Tuesday.
Tuesday morn.
It just depends on the person. So it's a myth that it has to be super intense and that you have to be like that. You don't have to be like that. You can stay within, what you feel is sexy and a turn on. And then maybe if you want to push the boundaries a little bit, you can try to expand that intensity a little bit over time. But don't feel like you have to jump into, saying all the crazy shit. I mean, some people are into like really intense stuff like race play. Don't just get into race play. You don't know how to
I
use
would
it.
suggest don't jump into that one.
You might end up in jail. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Or fecal
with
play.
dirty
Just
talk,
don't jump into those types of things.
I think
All
you
in
will
the
like
same
this
boat.
explanation. I think a lot of people don't know that there's two types of dirty talk, and then there's 8 categories of dirty talk. So the
Oh my
types
gosh.
are direction, or like you're a director, and then narration, so you're a narrator.
Okay.
So director, you like a director. That's the example you gave is
I
when
do.
you like being directed, it means you like a lover who's a director.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which was like the example I gave that was like, get on your knees and suck my dick, or like turn around, let me fuck you, or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Your face, you're like,
like
mm-hmm.
like, yeah, eat my ass.
Yeah. Like my ass. It's a Tuesday.
Yes.
Do it.
Or like turn around, spread your cheeks, let me eat your ass, or something like that.
Something light like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, anything that involves ass.
Yeah.
Or give me your toes, let me suck your toes. All those things. So that's like being a director. So you can kind of identify like, oh, I like that. I like when someone directs me. That means you like a director. Or you're like a narrator. So you enjoy when someone like narrate the story. So like, oh, it feels so good when you're inside me isn't a direction, right? It's just explaining what's happening.
Mhm.
It feels good when you suck my cock or stroke my cock, or it feels good when you lick my nipples and massage my butt, or whatever it is. It doesn't have to involve it feels good. It can also be like, it's so hot when you walked into the room, or I love looking at you taking your shirt off. Narrating whatever that's happening, you think that's hot, you like a narrator. I have done a quick survey of 500 people, and it looks like there's a lot more men that are able to dirty talk than women. To first off, all like not taking into account sexual orientation. So like women that are lesbians, bi, all the women, and then all the men. It seems like there's more men rating themselves as better at dirty talk than women do.
Yeah,
not
that's
I don't know, that's the
tracks.
truth, or is it just in their head?
I think you could do that with about every type
I
of
am
survey.
so good at this.
So fucking
Yeah, any
good.
subject. It's just
Yeah,
like, oh, I'm
they'll rate
so good at
themselves
this,
a
bro. I'm
10.
so good at this. Mario Kart, I'm so good at this. But yeah, and another thing is that men feel a lot more comfortable directing, and women feel a lot more comfortable receiving direction, which is just interesting because it kind of feeds into like gender roles a little bit, gender norms. However, there's a whole genre of men that love dominatrix, right? And love being told what to do. So that whole genre of men than love women that are good at directing.
Interesting. I know that I enjoy being directed. I'm going to come off sounding like a boss bitch, but sometimes, but like, you know, you go through your whole day doing things and delegate or like being in charge of different tasks and just doing and directing so much that in the bedroom, that's when I like being told what to do. And that way I don't have to think about anything. And that's where I think my dirty talk grew from is like, I am exhausted. So tell me what the fuck to do and it's going to turn me on. And so it's interesting to see like, can your dirty talk preferences change over time, or are they kind of like your kinks? Maybe your kinks can change too, but where they're in you, they're born in you.
I mean, no, your first instinct was right. It changes over time. Maybe when you were younger, you like a little bit more, you know, like soft and more loving, a little bit dirty, but not too aggressive. But then maybe you grow into like, ooh, I really like this aggression in the bedroom. I feel naughty and passionate. And then maybe when you're older, you're like, I kind of like the more softer and just, you know, narrate the situation. So it does change over time. And another thing is also the categories of the things you like may change over time. For example, I talked to a couple of clients that are into, you know, cuckolding and race play and all that. And they're just along with that, they like dirty talk that involves race. And they will say like, oh, I asked like, is this something you've always had? Like, were you, you know, sexually active when you were like, when did you had your sexual debut? And they would be like, 17. And I said, oh, back then, did you like this? And they were like, oh, no, this is like 6 months ago. So it goes to show a case study that like people don't just have certain thing when they were younger or when they realize that they can just like continuously discover things they like, which is the cool part about sex, really, because you can really enjoy, you know, vanilla sex or missionary, doggy or whatever, but then there's so much more. And it's so cool because, you know, if you're in your 20s or 30s, there's a whole life of things to explore. As long as you stay open-minded and educated, you can do anything. You can do anything.
You can do anything.
Absolutely anything. Honestly,
I hope that was motivational.
Absolutely. I think I've talked about this a little bit before, but my preference for dirty talk changes depending on my mental state. So if I'm having a little bit of a harder time, don't tell me I'm bad or naughty or anything like that. Tell me I'm good and give me all the compliments. But it's like if I'm doing really good, then it's like, you can call me whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
So it just depends on where I'm at.
Like, here's the controversial topic. Like, there are some really hardcore feminists that are saying like dirty talk and saying like calling a woman like a bitch or a whore or other bad names in bed is like, you know, an enactment of certain suppression in men in their daily life. Like, oh, now that like women have like more equal rights, or I'm not saying completely equal, but a lot more, that like they have a lot of suppressed resentment and that this comes out later. But I disagree. I think sometimes sex is just fun. We don't have to theorize sex as like something super intense and super that it like every little thing means something all the time, because it's kind of like going to a spin class. Like you just go and you exercise and you feel good, and it doesn't always have like a super deep meaning.
Right. And if that's your preference in bed, like who is it of someone else to be like, that's wrong? You know, I feel like having someone else tell you that what you're doing is setting women back. It's like, well, but that's what I like, and that's something I enjoy. So yeah, and to your point of not
some people will argue you like that because you have a suppressed oppression in you that you have no idea because it's a part of the system.
That just feels...
I mean, I've been in fucking academia way too long, man. I have an explanation for everything, but the thing is, I don't subscribe to that. I subscribe to life can be fun and exciting, and you choose how you want to live. So, but not to say I'm not a feminist. I am a true feminist.
I think I would subscribe to your...
there's many different versions, right?
Right. I think I would subscribe to your mentality as well. Because there's sometimes like exactly what you're saying with my mood. I'm not always going to enjoy being called a slut, but when I feel like I want to be called a slut, like, please smack me in the face and call me a slut. Like, I don't want to have to think about it anymore. I would just like you to do it.
I don't want to have to explain this.
That was IG Reel right there. Yeah.
Oh my God. If we do, we have to block my mom.
Oh, does she follow you?
Yeah. You have to block her.
Lovely.
I'm going to send it directly.
DM it.
This is your daughter. You raised this.
I think you guys are going to really like these 8 categories of dirty talk based on research by Jonason and Associates. Number 1 is sexual dominance, which we have been talking about this already. Like, just take this, like, you slut, you know, come over here, like, bend over, right? Like, being very domineering. Number 2 is sexual submission. I want to be a dirty slut, or like, step on me, or like, put your toes in my mouth.
Thank you.
You want to like submit to the other person, right? Number 3 is instructive statement. So give them an instruction of doing something, throwing over lingerie. Here, put this over. Like, put this on, put this over.
Put this over your sweatshirt.
Or, yes. Maybe that's the king.
Yeah.
Sweaty king.
Sweaty king.
And then you have 4 positive feedback. See, this dirty talk doesn't have to be nasty and angry. It can just be positive. It can feed into praise kink. So it can be positive feedback like, you taste so good. I like that one.
I like that. That's a good one.
Number 5, it can even be intimacy bonding. Like, I love your body. You know, I love the way you look when you come. Right. So it's still like slightly, you know, more sexual than what you would say over dinner. Like what something you wouldn't say to your grandma, but you would say in bed. It's
Again,
still
to
dirty
you,
and
maybe.
exciting and makes you feel good and basically does its job. Because again, what is the point of dirty talk is to enhance the sexual experience. So whatever you say that's kind of, you know, slightly derogatory, reserved for the bedroom and enhances the experience can be called dirty talk. So safe to say, I think most people are already dirty talking.
Yeah.
Number 6 is sexual ownership. So this is like a little intense for certain people because some people also involve race play into this. So it can be very, very intense. But you can even just say things like, you're mine, or like, your body is all mine, right? Something like that, which some people really like because they want to feel like, you know, possessed and protected and all of those things.
Right.
I think that's my thing though. What do you guys think?
I wouldn't say that's
How do you
my
feel ownership?
thing, but I have been with partners who enjoy hearing me say, "It's all yours, baby."
Like you say it in that way.
It's all yours.
They really liked when you said it that way.
As far as the eye can see, this prairie is yours, and all the cattle.
And all the cattle.
Oh, God.
My
They've, like,
milkshake
enjoyed
brings
that.
all the boys to the yard.
So I've never enjoyed being like, this is mine, but I've been with people who like that.
I like it.
Oh,
Yeah. And
This dick is mine. Is
Yeah.
that what you say?
Constantly.
Like
I walk
saying
in the
it or
door.
you're like receiving it?
Grab it.
I say it, but like more like I'm yours type of thing.
Oh, like
I
I'm
guess.
your baby. I'm your baby. I'm yours, baby.
Yeah. More like
my
that.
body is yours.
Mm-hmm.
Bodies
Ooh,
a Wonderland.
I
this
think it's
pussy
fun.
is yours.
My body's a wonderland. Yeah. That frequently comes next.
Yes. My,
Love it.
my lips are yours, both upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah. Just full paragraphs for your dirty talk.
You can
Okay,
keep a
well-
notes app.
Full paragraph is actually next. Number 7. Speaking fantasies. So like more like elaboration and more like, okay, like tell me what you like to do alone. You know, tell me what you want me to do to you, right? Things like that. So speaking of fantasies and just giving stories. And then lastly is reflexive call. You can just say like, fuck, or like, oh God, or that feels fucking good. Or, you know, just a reflexive call to like whatever that feels pleasurable. So that's the 8 categories.
Reflexive call. I love that. Like that is something that I love
You already
hearing.
do it, right?
Yeah, but I didn't realize that didn't consider it as like an act of dirty talk. I just figured as like, I
exclaim things.
I'm exclaiming things, but I also never had words for all of these categories like you're saying, which I was thinking about it when we first started talking. I was like, there's got to be a way to phrase what I'm thinking. And you're like, oh, there's 8 categories. I was like, that's it.
Well, that makes it a lot easier to think of things as well. It's almost like a formula without it being dry like a formula. So it's like, I don't know. I just like having options because for me, as somebody who's not as like sexually imaginative, it's just nice to have somewhat of a framework to work off of.
Yeah.
And it puts words to the words. It's like, I want you to dirty talk to me. It's like, okay, but how? It's like, oh, I just want you to like own me. It's like, but what do you mean? It's like, oh, I enjoy the lingo of like, I'm yours, you're mine, this body part belongs to you. And I think that helps a lot with
this foot belongs to you.
These toes belong in your mouth.
My teeth, my ear, only my left ear, not the right one.
You know what's funny? It is my left ear that's the only sensitive one. It's funny that you say that.
Really?
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Really? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like being like kissed on the back of your neck and ears?
Yeah, it's like right behind the left ear. If it's like kissing, breathing, whatever, it does some stuff, man.
Straight to the clit.
Straight to the clit for this one.
Straight to the clit. I like
Smack
that.
Me in the face,
Ooh,
call me a slut, and
saying.
suck on my left ear.
Hashtag straight to the clit.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
We nailed that.
Okay, let's do like examples of what dirty talk sayings would go straight to the clit.
Yeah. What else would go straight to the clit?
Okay, my number one is easy, like your pussy tastes so good or your pussy feels so good. Straight to the clit.
Straight to the clit.
Those are good ones.
I want you to watch. Straight to the clit.
Oh, damn. In what situation? That's like really hot, but I want to
They're
know
like
what
masturbating in the corner.
Do you want like poop or like play basketball or
Basketball. It's basketball.
I want you to watch.
He wants me to watch his pick. Watch this layup. I have done it where it's like doggy style, and they're standing off the bed, so then they turn my head to face the mirror, and so then I can watch them do it. Or we'll be having sex face to face in like the bathroom, and he'll like turn me around. He had turned me around, and then watch in the mirror that way.
That's so hot.
Yeah, straight to the clit.
Straight to the clit.
You gotta go.
I know. I'm under pressure, and now I can't think of
Under
anything.
pressure, raining down.
Come back to me.
No, it doesn't have to be that intense. It can be like when he said like, "Oh, you're so pretty, baby."
Baby.
Baby.
What
I
else?
used to like when a guy calls me like you're a fucking bitch.
So it was you. You're the one that likes this.
Yes, my quote unquote client.
Yeah. Someone in my circle had an issue.
I actually used to like that, but it has to be someone that can say it with conviction. Because you can't like say it halfway, then it's like, then you don't really think that I'm a fucking bitch.
You don't
like,
really think I am.
No, you don't think that. You have to be so. That statement, you have to be really committed to saying it for it to be sexy, or else it's not that sexy.
No.
You want to try say it? Like let's take turns saying it and see how variations that saying it.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I have to cover my eyes. Being like, maybe I shouldn't go first. You're such a fucking bitch. Bah!
Ooh, that's good.
That was a smack.
I'd say that's hot.
Yeah. Thank you.
Ooh.
Straight to the
Yeah,
clit.
if you date a guy that's into humiliation, like he literally just got a hard on like right now. Yeah.
There you go.
I have a
hard-ons all over the world.
Yeah, there are a lot of men that are into humiliation, and it's hard because most women like don't feel good saying those things, like humiliate a person. So you really have to train them.
How do you like it to be told to you? Like, there's humiliation. I feel like there's degrading, which maybe feels a little bit different, and then like scolding. Like, how do you prefer being told?
Ooh, maybe degrading.
Okay, what does that sound like?
Let's
See, you have to close your eyes.
okay. You're a fucking bitch.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
That's my like if we're like doggying and he feels like vengeful and he says that, then I would be like, oh yeah, I am. I am a bitch. Fuck me.
Fuck me.
Then it's like, then you just know it's like, oh, he's like either about to come or like just, like feels good. But again, I don't think it's for everybody. And I don't necessarily like need it to feel good, Like I'm good with any of those 8 categories, really. And I think most people are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
I think for me, I like the word slut better than bitch.
Ooh,
I think
okay.
bitch would take me off guard just because
Yeah.
my partner never really says it. Even if he said cunt, that would be less of a shock to me than bitch. But cunt would also just throw me off because I think I always laugh when I
It's
hear
such
the
a
word
funny
cunt.
word. Yeah.
But yeah, I like being called a slut.
Yeah.
Again, depending on my mood.
It.
Yeah.
I can't think of other words that I like being called. I feel like slut is the only like dirty girl is fun.
Dirty girl, nasty girl.
I like good girl.
Good girl.
Bad girl. Church girl.
Church girl. Church girl.
Haven't had that one, but
Yeah.
there's always time.
There's always time. Yeah, name calling is a good one and also can be like exhaustive. Like you have a short list and you've already run through it.
What are some alternatives to daddy?
Ooh, good question.
Ooh, let's see. Well, I use daddy so much. Like I really like daddy.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do
You
too.
would-
But we had a very long conversation
Ooh.
about alternatives to daddy, and we came up with terrible options that were
Papa?
they were disgusting.
Yeah.
Like
Just foul. Not good.
and not in a way that we liked.
Yeah.
So I would love some alternatives for people
Yeah.
that, or just like when I've said daddy too many times,
Yeah.
it's like I want to say
Yeah.
something different.
Oh,
Big boy.
I mean, you
I need
can
a
add
big
like
boy.
other words to daddy. You can
Sugar
go like,
daddy.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
I
You can
did
say
it.
like, oh, come on my face, big cock daddy.
Ooh.
I don't know if that would roll off my tongue. I
You
would like
can do
stutter.
this. Tonight is where you say, come on my face, big cock daddy.
Okay.
No butter. You have to do it.
All right. I'm going to have to write it down to remember it.
Report back.
Big cock daddy.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm a big
gosh.
cock daddy.
fair.
Some of my friends say like big daddy or like buff or fit daddy because fitness guys like that.
Yeah. They go ape
Yeah.
shit. Talk about your biceps.
You're so fit.
Yeah.
so fit, daddy.
You're so big. You're so fit.
I
Huh?
can feel the roids.
Yeah. Big ass
Right.
daddy.
Big ass.
Yes.
Big ass daddy.
Mhm.
But
Fun.
you're right. It's so limited. I wonder if it's because for the longest time, women weren't using dirty talk, so there's just like much less vocabulary in heterosexual sex for women to say about men
Yeah.
versus like men have been using dirty talk way more. And I mean, historically, it's been men that write about sexual stuff that are
Right.
very like aggressive and violent. Actually, you guys will like this. So, Marquis de Sade, who is the father of sadism, so his last name is Sade. Well, in English, we say Marquis de Sade, and that's where the name sadism came from. And saying things that are like sadistic, that's a part of dirty talk, right? It's like a genre.
Uh-huh.
And he's been saying sadistic shit forever since the 1700s. And, all the men that like read his stuff, because he's a French philosopher. So all the men that read his stuff knew like how to say these things back in the days. Right. And I think it just
Been
kind of
passed down for
transferable.
generations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And he was a sexual libertine because of like super into, orgies and all the crazy shit that people did back then, still do now in secret, I feel, because a lot of things are, safe to say, illegal. But he would write about really sadistic stuff. And that's why we call it like sadism, which is his name, like Marquis de Sade. And he once alluded to dirty talk as like the best form of sexual arousal. Like talking sexually is so much more arousing and such a better foreplay than anything else. And
I don't know if I'll agree with much else that he has to say, but I agree with that. I don't know enough to say I will agree with anything else he says, but
no.
Please continue.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I think that there's so much art in talking that is perhaps I guess for lack of a better word, has been lost a little bit. Because back in the days, we didn't have TV, phones, no streaming services. So people were reading. And when you read, you have a lot more vocabulary and like things to say. Right. And they were having conversations a lot more because there's nothing to do at night. You read, drink tea, and talk. Versus now, you know, you're separately on your phones or watch TV together. Not necessarily bad when done in like small, you know, period of time. But I would say that like art of speaking and talking in a sensual, sexual way has probably lost a little bit more. But at the same time, you know, with porn, people are learning how to say things from porn. So I don't know for a fact, and there isn't research that talks about how has porn affected people's ability to, you know, verbally communicate in a very sexual way during sex.
And a way that's maybe more realistic to people who are uncomfortable talking. You know, I feel like the evolution of dirty talk wouldn't be as, I don't know, authentic is the only word I can think of, because it's starting from people who may be more comfortable doing it. So like the evolution process hasn't started from people who have no idea what they're doing and worked its way so that you have a wider understanding.
It's trickle down economics.
Yeah, that's what I'm explaining. And that's where I digress into my economics lesson. But
nice.
Yeah, no, that's super interesting to hear about all that. That's really cool.
Yeah. And I mean, people are interested in dirty talk, but I do think, like you said, it kind of has to translate from like talking in general and then being a little bit more assertive and then talking during sex. If you Google dirty talk, there's over 100 million hits. Like that's a lot. So people have been curious about dirty talk. So this is a good topic for a podcast episode. Right. But at the same time, I do think when people are like, oh, well, how can I get better? And then I say, well, you got to practice. You got to just start saying shit. And they're like, no, that's so weird. I'm like, is it?
Yeah.
Because like for the longest time before technology, like people would just read and like recite. It's like pretty common.
Yeah, so, and you were saying earlier that you say it when you walk around your house. So are you like cooking and you think of something and you say it?
Come on my face, big cock daddy.
Big cock daddy.
Yes. Come on my face, big cock daddy. Or like get on your knees and suck my clit.
I love that. That's elegant.
I like that one too. You know who's really good at dirty talk? Megan Thee Stallion.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to a lot of stuff outside of her music, like if she's done interviews on Dirty Talk, but her music it does pretty good.
No, I don't think she's done like interviews about Dirty Talk. You should invite her. But just based on her music, it sounds like she's good at Dirty Talk.
You know what I want to get better at? I want to get better at sexy flirting, like verbal, kind of saucy flirting. That's not just like being cutesy and being like intriguing to talk to. I want to be saucy, if that makes sense. You know, where you say something suggestive, but you say it with like fucking confidence and they're like, she's a sexy badass, you know? I want to get better at that.
Yeah, I would agree. That's something that a lot of women have told me that they want to get better at. Like they want to be like Scarlett Johansson, not who's like a cutesy girl next door situation.
I was gonna say Amanda Bynes, but we've changed from there. Who is cutesy? God damn it. I don't know.
Only like early 2000s people are.
I know.
Hayden Panettiere.
Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah. I would say she's kind of a cutesy girl next door, athletic looking like a girl versus I keep going back to Scarlett Johansson because I just love her like raspy voice and she's just really good at like using eye contact and body language and her lips. Both lips. Just kidding.
Both lips.
Seen the downstairs lips.
I want like Mila Kunis energy. I feel like she gives off very like masculine, sexy, like siren energy. You know?
Ooh, like dark. What is
Dark
it called?
and
Dark
spooky.
feminine.
Oh, yeah.
There's
That's
like a
good
word for it.
I like dark feminine.
I'll take it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the kind of
I mean,
energy.
That's the kind of energy I'm embodying. Dark
Mhm.
feminine.
Yeah. That's something I want to get better at. So I think I just have to start practicing saying that stuff out loud.
Go ahead.
Nope. You opted out of 3 other verbal tasks, so I'm opting out of this one.
All right.
Are we all gonna try practicing saying, "You taste so good"?
Nope.
You can do it. Okay.
See?
Fuck, it's harder.
I know.
You taste so good.
There you go. That was good, actually. I liked that.
I know.
Wow.
You don't need to say
True.
actually.
Sorry.
Actually,
So I've been doing some shit today or this recently, and Cass knows that I've had this like a fucking week, and so she texted me and she's like, "How's your day? LOL." And I think that goes in the same tune with saying actually, where it's like know that like it's not great. How's your day?
I knew it was kind of like a joke question.
Yeah. LOL.
How's your day?
when you have a hard week, do you feel like you get horny or you like don't think about sex at all?
I don't think about sex.
This is a hard question for me because I am recently single, so I'm constantly now thinking about sex since I can't have it.
Ooh.
And so right now I'm thinking about sex.
You could
Are you
have it.
actively dating?
No, I mean it's very recent. It's like weeks old. So I have not started again.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm all right. Thank you.
Yeah. Breakups can be really hard either way. Like the
Mhm.
person that breaks up with the other person or the receiver. I feel like it's hard either way. Of course, harder as a receiver.
Right, exactly. So it's interesting, but LOL, my day is going well.
Oh, I'm fine.
LOL,
Well,
I'm fine.
Now it's better now, you dirty slut.
I know. Thank you.
You fucking bitch.
Yeah.
You fucking bitch, and then smack me. Just
You
smack me.
fucking
My
bitch.
hand's sweaty.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't
Well,
want
I
it.
feel like smacking the ass, like with two
Yeah.
hands. Two hands. Just
Ooh.
smacking the ass. Or like grabbing it really hard. Like, yeah, you fucking bitch. That's
I agree.
That's what
Being
I'm
grabbed
talking
really hard. I
Yeah.
like that because it also shows me that you really mean what you say.
Yeah, I like being.
it all
I like
goes
being
together.
passionately
It's like a
grabbed.
whole thing, right?
Mhm. Give me the whole package.
Give me
Wink.
the whole package.
Holistic, harmonious.
Exactly. I want to just dive into more examples,
Okay.
if that's okay with you. Just
Yeah.
whatever's on the top of your
Yeah.
head. Maybe we can start with some of those more like beginner, if you're not totally
Yeah.
comfortable, and then just go to maybe something that you would consider more intense.
I have some really intense stuff that I don't know if it should be online, if it should be on the internet,
All right.
like for real. Because I wouldn't say date, but I've hung out with some very advanced lovers. Like they have explored a lot of different sex stuff, and they like taught me. Well, I shouldn't say they, like there's one person like taught me a lot of like different little genre of dirty talk that like only certain people enjoy, I would say.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
fair. So you're
So
far
maybe-
advanced.
I want to
Maybe, like,
say
a
it as an
couple
intrigue for
steps
people to
down.
like research for themselves.
Mhm.
Yeah, they have to opt into that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So a couple
So-
steps down from there.
Mhm.
Okay, let's start with like really easy ones, right?
Mhm.
Like, come fuck me. Is that pretty easy?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so.
definitely. Because you can
Like-
substitute fuck for
Sex.
like, come sex me. Come
Yeah.
make
Touch me.
love.
Me.
Come touch
Come
me.
touch me.
Come put
Yeah.
that in. Come touch me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, even a step down from that, so I guess level 0 can be like, your lips taste so good. It's kind of cute,
Ooh, that is kind of
right?
cute. Mm-hmm.
Sexy. Um,
Ooh, I like that
You
one.
can use that in 2 places.
Yeah.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. I like how
Lips.
wet your lips get.
Nice.
Both
Very
places.
nice.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You can then go up to a little bit more like maybe directive things that are also like things you like. So like, um come suck on my nipples.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are good ones.
Uh
Is it better to start out? Is there a genre that is more like friendly to beginners that they could start researching different sayings in?
Like of the 8 categories?
Yeah.
ooh, okay. Well, obviously like the intimacy bonding, positive feedback
Uh-huh.
will be easier, intimacy bonding, like saying lovey things that are also like bedroomy things.
Mm-hmm.
And positive feedback. Like everybody, I'm sure almost everybody is into praise kings, like being praised and complimented. And,
Right.
I know some people are uncomfortable receiving compliments, but that doesn't mean they don't like it. I think it takes time to become comfortable
Mm-hmm.
to like it. But I do think most people like it's a part of like just basic human psychology, positive reinforcement. Someone told you that you're doing good, like that's what's not to like.
What's not to like
Doing
about
good,
that?
sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, positive feedback and intimacy bonding would be the easiest. And then I would say like sexual dominance and sexual submission are the most common. When people think of dirty talk, I think they think of dominance versus submission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
submitting to daddy,
Right.
or
Submitting to
men
daddy.
To big
submitting
cock
to
daddy.
like mistress, right? Like dominatrix, like men
Right.
submitting to like dom energy. I like that too.
Mhm.
I think that's hot.
I think the one we've been told the most is that's the easiest default is narrating and being like, if
Yeah,
you kind of forget what to say or do, just like narrate what's happening. But
yeah.
I don't know how specific to get. Like,
I think that would make it quite dry coming from me.
yeah. I mean, I also think that I would be kind of boring with that.
Yes.
And like, you're in me.
You're
You're out of me. You're
like
in
Morgan
me again.
Freeman.
Yeah. I sound like I'm on like Discovery
Planet
Channel.
Earth.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I'm narrating like a bird just flew. Incredible. Straight to the clit.
If you like narrating, one of the things that have always worked for me is saying, I like it when you fuck me like that.
Oh yeah.
That would be straight to the clit too.
Yeah. Yes.
I like that.
I don't know if I've ever gotten like praise dirty talk necessarily to
Ooh.
me, but I'm enjoying these examples. I feel like I've given it and I've never asked for it. It's not like I've been deprived of it, but I think that is something that I'd be interested in hearing is more of like they enjoy what I'm doing. They like how that feels about me, I've been told like, oh, you're pretty, but like I want to know that what I'm doing is top game.
Oh, yeah. Then you're going to love this one. When you give oral sex, like when you're on your knees or whatever, and giving oral sex, say, praise me, daddy.
Okay.
Request
Throw
it.
it back in their
Request
coit.
it.
Or,
Yeah. Request it and then see what they say. I mean, a lot of guys are not that good at dirty talk, so maybe he doesn't even know what to say.
Well, yeah, that's what I was going to ask. What can the receiver
Yeah.
of that say? What are some options?
Right. Okay, if you're like, praise me, daddy, you can go, you're such a good girl. You're so good at giving head. You look so sexy sucking my cock. There's 3 different options. Can't wait to fuck you. Thank you for giving me head. If you want to go customer service.
Blessings to you and yours.
You look so pretty down there. Many things you can say, really. There are so many ways to compliment women. Like, just do it. We love it.
Just do it.
If you want to go into like a little step up and a little bit ownership, you can say like, this is your pussy. Would you say that?
I feel like you would.
Maybe now. I have not said it. I don't think so. I think I've alluded to it more, but I have not.
Under a
straight, like I've
veil.
said, like this is all yours.
Yeah, I've said that too.
And by
Or, like,
this, I mean
it's my bits.
it's for you.
Delivery.
Knock knock.
It's for you.
And then you come.
Answer the door with your mouth. It's for you.
Yes. It's hello.
Hello, it's
Here's
me.
the receipt.
Just start singing Adele.
Yeah.
Hello.
But I think I would say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Circle back.
Like, this is your pussy, or like, this is your cock. I feel like that's pretty hot. That's like
Yeah.
light on the ownership, feels pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking you can say also pretty simple directive things for things you like put your dick in me, right? Like when you're ready, just like put your dick in me, put your cock in me. I would say don't say penis, because I feel like saying penis during sex is so odd.
Yep. I
Say
don't like
dick or
cock,
cock.
but I also wouldn't say penis.
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 Your
I
penis
love
in
your
me.
penis.
I love your
Wiener.
penis. Your wiener.
Yes,
Your
I
dong is
appreciate your
prime
penis.
time dong.
Yeah, I would say, I think let's rate how hot each word for penis is, like
Okay.
from 1 to 10. Penis, go. 1
3.
to 10.
2.
3,
Mhm.
2.
Mhm.
Ding dong.
1.
I said 2. I think that's funny.
Boner. Like, oh, I have a boner right now.
5.
I do like a 6.
Okay. Dick.
Dick, I put at like a 7 or an 8.
That'd be like a 5
Mm.
for me.
Really?
I like
Okay.
cock. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I no,
I
great.
love cock.
I love
Okay,
cock guzzler over
like,
here.
I love cock. I hope you made that a little like IG reel and just do a loop. I love cock.
I love
I love cock.
Do it.
What about, okay, so when cock.
For me, that's like a 4.
That's like
What?
a 9 or a 10 for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
I don't
10.
know. I don't know if
Uh-huh.
it's the hard consonants.
Cock.
Cock.
Say it with an accent, maybe.
Cockney.
Cock.
Yeah.
Would you like to suck my cock?
Suck my cock.
What's that for you?
I don't know. That one's higher, to be honest. The accent helps. know.
What about shaft?
I like shaft.
Yeah, like
Shaft
come play with
me.
my shaft. 1 to 10.
Depending on how they said it, that would be a 7 for me.
Yeah, 6 or 7, I think.
What about wand?
Come touch your magic wand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna loft that one a 4.
5.
Wow, you
wanna
guys
pick
are
me?
generous.
Yeah.
What about stick?
Oh, that's like a 1.
Yeah, 2. I wouldn't know what they were talking about.
I don't want to play
No
with sticks in
stick.
the bedroom.
Like come play with my stick, baby.
Stick. You know what word I hate is nut. When they're talking about their cum and they say, I'm about
nut.
to nut. That's like
Yeah,
a
I
2.
don't like that. Ooh, and especially during sex, if we're having sex and you say, "Oh, I'm about to nut," that's like a 0.
It's like Chad at the frat
Chad.
house is like about to
Ooh, about to
nut.
nut.
I think it's funny.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious.
I think it's
but
so
it's not
gross.
sexy at all.
It's
I just
not
think it's
sexy at
so
all.
funny. I would assume it was a joke.
I just
Oh,
like
what about-
people who nut should only be saying that to other people who nut. Like, don't say it to me. I do not nut. I elegantly come. And do not tell me that you're nutting.
I elegantly come. I elegantly come. That's gonna be my next TikTok video.
Yeah.
Do you nut or do you elegantly
Did you
come?
come?
Let's find out. Take this survey.
There you go.
What do you think about guys that say like, "Oh, I'm about to explode"? Have you had that?
That's so, like,
I
Jimmy
dated
Neutron
someone
of
that
that.
every time.
They grew up with Nickelodeon.
I'm about to blast off, babe.
Yeah,
That one would be like a 3.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
explode. I'm about to explode.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Coming, like saying I'm about to come is like 9 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to come.
Okay,
Great.
so no nut, no explode, just come.
Just
Just come.
Yeah. I don't like
Fair.
finish. Like I want to finish. I'm like a 4. That feels very clinical.
Fair.
That feels clinical to you? I don't know what doctors you're going to.
How did you
I'm gonna
finish?
orgasm. What about like an actual term? I'm gonna orgasm.
Sorry, this might be mean, but yeah, that's low on my
It wouldn't, like, with my partner now, that would not naturally come out of his mouth.
right.
So it would be low. for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody can say it really well.
Going to orgasm.
If you're dating someone and they say like, "Come eat my ass," would you do it?
It would.
I'd do it.
You're just nodding.
If they asked.
If they asked.
If
I'd
I
be
knew
like,
their
"Did you
hygiene.
just shower?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to warm up to that idea a little bit more. I'm still uncomfortable with getting my ass eaten. I've gotten it done once. It was great. But I was like fully prepped. Like I was waxed tip to tail. We had showered and I made him wear a blindfold because I was so like nervous. You
Ooh.
have been with your person since the dawn of time.
I know.
It is different. So me, it would take me, I would have to really know the person to eat their boot.
Yeah.
Eat their boot.
Well, I'm like, both my partner and I don't shower. Like,
Cool. Uh-huh.
we believe in just natural musk, so we don't shower like. Well, we don't shower like. I'm trying to think of an actual time I actually showered.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna say like 3 to 5 days.
Okay.
I
That
feel like that's
includes
fair.
going
That was
to
like
the
my middle
gym
school
and everything.
schedule, yeah. Okay, I love it.
Yeah, so I wouldn't. So I would say like I would do it if it's not like day 5.
Yeah. It's like
Okay.
a day 1
was
or
like
2 activity.
Day 1, day 2, I will think about it, but I don't know because a lot can happen in day 1.
That's true.
A lot can happen
Yes.
in day one.
A lot.
Eat something
yeah.
wrong and a lot can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you went to the buffet, like
Yeah, I went to the buffet.
a lot can happen. So
buffet
day 1,
line.
fresh out of the bathroom, I'm down. I'm game. I eat his ass to my heart's
You
content.
don't worry about butt hair?
No,
Does it bother you? Does it get at all?
no.
Okay.
I mean, are you
That's
dating
my-
someone that has a ton of butt hair?
I've never looked. I have no idea.
You've never looked at the butthole hair? Like when
No.
you go down, like suck his dick or ball or play with the balls, you don't look down to see what his
Keep
situation
my
is like.
peepers real shut. Usually.
Just fully closed the whole time.
Sometimes, I mean, if I'm in sight of the butthole, yeah, I just close my eyes. I don't want to embarrass them.
Are
Oh,
you
I'm
embarrassing
all-
them by not looking at it? By refusing?
That's not for me to say.
Oh,
don't-
I
yeah.
I intentionally look. I observe.
So what? Okay, so TMI. Do they just not have a lot of hair, or they do and you don't care?
I think they have moderate amount because I have dated someone that was really hairy and like it was really hairy down there. And I'd say I don't love it. I'd say like
Yeah.
trim would be better, if not shave, especially the butthole. Because if I do it, I feel like it's fair to ask them to do it.
Yeah, totally.
Reciprocity.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point.
You know what? Amen. Amen to that.
Yeah.
Are there any final examples, phrases that you want to make sure we all have in our heads, in our arsenal, our toolbox entering the bedroom?
I would say something that you want to have happening continuously. You should probably verbally encourage that. So like, keep fucking me, daddy. Like that's good, right? If they're like licking your pussy, just like keep going, daddy. That feels so good. Like lick my pussy. Oh, like lick it faster, or lick it slower. Whatever it is that makes you feel good and help you orgasm, just say it.
Okay.
I like that.
That would be my tip.
Okay. I will. And with confidence.
With
Yes.
confidence.
You
With
can't say-
confidence. That's key. Like delivery is key.
Yeah.
You can have, 1,000 things in the books that you have memorized, but then you say it in a way that's like awkward. I think it ruins the moment. But then
What do
again,
you
sex
do-
can just be
yeah.
fun and playful. So whatever. If they say something and it's awkward, just laugh about it and move on.
Okay. That was my, like, what if you say something awkward and you know it and you know you messed it up? Just move on.
And they turn around, they're like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
I don't know who said that. It was not me.
It's not me.
There's
Yeah.
ghosts.
So when they say something that you don't like, should you tell them in the moment or should you wait until after?
Wait until after.
Okay.
I
love
feel
these
like no
clear-cut answers.
conversations should be made during sex. Like
Right.
just focus on the feelings, the sensation, have fun, come, and then talk later.
Fair enough.
That's a great formula.
Yeah.
I think
That too.
that's what we should all. That's the game plan we should all live our lives by.
Yeah.
Yeah, amen.
Talk later.
Straight to the clip, my guy.
Yeah, thank you, sex god.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. Well, where can our listeners continue connecting with you after this episode?
Ooh, come learn more. Come, C-U-M. Come learn more on lovebites.co. My website is LUVBITES.co, lovebites.co. And that's also all my channels. I have Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. I'm actually going to start doing a YouTube live show every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, starting January 31st, where I answer anonymous questions from my followers.
Oh my gosh.
It's
so
gonna be
fun.
hilarious because the questions I get is insane.
Oh my
I'm
God.
so excited for you. You're the perfect
Yes.
person to do that.
Oh my God.
How
that's
amazing.
Well,
gonna
I'm
be
also gonna
incredible.
have guests, so I would love to have you guys.
We would love to
Yeah.
be there. All right, you dirty sluts.
All right, you fucking
Slap
dirty
me
whore.
in the face and I'll be ready for the rest of my day.
Fucking bitch.
That was good.
Thank you. It's
Have you been
because I'm
practicing?
staring. No, it's because I'm staring at you, so I can say it. No, because
That's
I
not
feel
good.
so safe.
It's because I'm staring at you. Fucking bitch.
Fucking bitch. No, it's because I feel safe.
You know what? Joke's on you. That turns me on. So
All right.
worked for me. Thank you, Dr. Tara, for opening up a world of 8 new ways to talk dirty in the bedroom. God, you're amazing. And thank you to our listeners for hanging out.
You're also amazing.
Me?
I meant the listeners.
Whatever.
But,
They're not even here.
you too. Yeah,
in
they
spirit, I guess.
are.
If you want to.
If you want
Yeah.
to speak dirty words to yours truly, head on over to Apple Podcasts to rate, review, and subscribe to Honeydew Me. You can also give us a rating on Spotify. Only kind ones will go through.
Whoops.
Emma's flashing you,
I
so
didn't
head
even
on over to
realize.
YouTube to see a little bit of
You can see
titty.
directly into my sweater.
Yeah. And if that isn't an
Whoops.
advert for
Advert.
YouTube, I don't even know what advert means. It just felt better than advertisement. It's just short for advertisement, right?
It's short for advert. It absolutely it is.
All right.
Head on over to YouTube to
Advert Emma's
advert.
movies.
Over and out.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.